Coming up next, the Sport Report. We cover all of the news and the results from the night before in the sports world. Become an expert on sports in under 15 minutes. Today, Chandler with Sports covers the MLB games from yesterday.
Hey TJ, what's going on? I'm Chandler. Hey TJ, what's going on? I'm Chandler, and this is Tiger Beat Sports. And I'm Chandler, and this is Tiger Beat Sports.
Welcome to a special edition of this all-crazy sports newscast.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler with Sports, and this is the Sport Report.
Chandler with Sports is how he wants to go. With is his middle name, Sports his last name.
I want to get you out the door with every result from every league in under 15 minutes so that you're more informed about what's going on in the world of sports. With that in mind, here we go. Hit it, Blaze.
This is the Sport Report.
Wednesday, September 4th, 2019. Hey everybody, I'm Chandler with Sports, and this is the Sport Report. Before we jump into the results from yesterday, let's catch up on the top story of the night. This is top of the order.
Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it. In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened. It's showtime. It's party time.
This is top of the order.
Our top story comes from Nationals Park in Washington, D.C., where the New York Mets scored 5 runs in the top half of the 9th inning before blowing a 6-run lead. That's right, it's a Mets bullpen dumpster fire again. The Nationals trailed 10-4 entering the bottom half of the 9th inning, and then Edwin Diaz proceeded to give up 7 Nationals runs with 1 out in the inning. Kurt Suzuki hits a walk-off 3-run home run, and the Nationals improved to 78-59, while the Mets suffer yet another loss in the 9th inning after holding a big lead. Teams entering the 9th inning trailing by 6 or more, as the home team were 4 and 1,321 entering last night. Well, make it 5 and 1,321. It's the first time that the Mets have given up a 6 or more run lead in the 9th inning. It's also the first time that the Nationals or Expos franchise has come back from 6 or more runs to win the game in the 9th inning. A couple other news and notes before we head to Major League Baseball. In the NFL, 2 days away from the 100th season kicking off between the Bears and the Packers, Ezekiel Elliott, the Dallas Cowboys running back, has the most coverage of the news market because, his contract situation is kind of important. It determines whether fantasy owners use him or Tony Pollard, or whether the Dallas Cowboys have their star running back for the first matchup of the year against the New York Giants. There's a lot riding on this contract, and watch this space for more information. There is rumors that a deal could be completed within the next 24 hours. We've heard this for the last 2 weeks, so we'll wait and see what happens. In tennis, Grigor Dimitrov defeats Roger Federer in 5 sets, a stunning loss for Fed. We will have more information on the U.S. Open in Flushing Meadows from Sport Report tennis correspondent Ben Finlow on tomorrow's episode. Now let's head to the Diamond, Major League Baseball.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
And Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there.
Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Touch 'em all, Joe. Home run! Mike Piazza! Jeter backhands from the outfield grass. Got it! Man, what a play!
Now for Major League Baseball.
The MLB lineup from yesterday includes 16 games.
We'll pick up at Fenway Park, where the Boston Red Sox lost ground in the AL wildcard race. Or did they? Find out in a few moments. Minnesota Twins 6, Boston Red Sox 5. Rick Porcello falls to 12-11 on the season for the Red Sox. Miguel Sano hit his 27th homer for Minnesota. Nelson Cruz hit his 35th homer for the 6th consecutive season, this one for the Minnesota Twins, as the Twins win by 1 and strengthen their lead in the AL Central. Chicago Cubs 6, Seattle Mariners 1. John Lester improves to 12-9 on the season for the Cubbies. Felix Hernandez falls to 1-5 for the Mariners. A doubleheader between the Orioles and the Rays. In the first game, Baltimore Orioles 4, Tampa Bay Rays 2. In the second game, Tampa Bay Rays 2, Baltimore Orioles nothing. Emilio Pagan gets his 17th save of the season in the second game of the doubleheader for Tampa Bay. New York Yankees 10, Texas Rangers 1. James Paxton improves to 12-6 on the season for the Yankees. A day after their shutout streak ended, they started a non-shutout streak in this game. Philadelphia Phillies 6, Cincinnati Reds 2. Bryce Harper hits 100 RBI for the second consecutive year, last year for the Nationals, this season for the Phillies. As we mentioned in top of the order, Washington Nationals 11, New York Mets 10. In 10 innings, Miami Marlins 5, Pittsburgh Pirates 4. The game-winning hit in the top half of the 10th came from Garrett Cooper, who hit his 13th homer of the season for Miami. To answer the question if the Red Sox lost ground in the AL wild card, technically they didn't. Tampa Bay split their doubleheader, and the Cleveland Indians lost their game. Chicago White Sox 6, Cleveland Indians 5. Carlos Carrasco came back from leukemia and pitched a very good game, but ultimately he falls to 4-7 on the season for the Indians. Atlanta Braves 7, Toronto Blue Jays 2. Mike Foltynewicz improves to 5-5 on the season for the Braves. Milwaukee Brewers 4, Houston Astros 2. Jordan Lyles improves to 10-8 on the season for the Milwaukee Brewers. Zach Greinke falls to 14-5 with a 3.09 ERA for the Astros. St. Louis Cardinals 1, San Francisco Giants 0. Jack Flaherty improves to 9-7 on the season for the Cardinals. Derek Rodriguez falls to 5-8 for San Francisco. Carlos Martinez gets his 18th save of the season for the Cardinals. Flaherty only allowed 1 hit in 8 innings of work. He struck out 8 Giant batters as well. The lone run in this game came from Marcell Ozuna, his 25th homer of the year, this one to left field in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Kansas City Royals 6, Detroit Tigers 5. Ian Kennedy improves to 2-2 on the season for the Kansas City Royals, as both teams scored 2 runs in the 8th and 1 in the 9th. The difference in this game, a 3-run home run from new Kansas City Royals home run king Jorge Soler. His 39th homer of the season helped the Royals win this game. And yes, if you're wondering, the Royals did walk off in the bottom half of the 9th inning when Ryan O'Hearn hit his 11th homer of the season to left center field for the Royals. Arizona Diamondbacks 2, San Diego Padres 1. Archie Bradley gets his 11th save of the season for the Diamondbacks, who scored both of their runs in the bottom half of the first inning. San Diego tried to get one back in the 9th. They ended up doing so, but they tried to get a second and couldn't get the second run to tie the game. Diamondbacks win by a single run. 2 games left. Oakland Athletics 7, LA Angels 5. Yusmeiro Petit improves to 5-3 on the season with a 2.84 ERA for the A's. Liam Hendricks gets his 18th save of the season for Oakland. Thanks to Oakland's victory, there is now a tie in the AL wildcard. The first wildcard spot belongs to the Tampa Bay Rays, who hold a 1-game advantage over both Oakland and Cleveland. Oakland has played 2 fewer games than Cleveland, but they are going to make that up over the next couple of weeks, including the resumption of a suspended game against the Detroit Tigers later this week. The Boston Red Sox are the next closest at 5.5 games back of both Oakland and Cleveland, 6.5 back of Tampa Bay, but the Sox play 4 games against Tampa in the second to last week of the season. The Sox are not necessarily out, but their elimination number is 19. Anything can happen. We've seen crazy things. 2007 Rockies. Speaking of the Rockies, LA Dodgers 5, Colorado Rockies 3. Chichi Gonzalez, who only got 2/3 of an inning in his last outing, ended up having a scoreless start in this game up until the 7th inning when Russell Martin hit a 3-run home run. That would give the Dodgers the lead in the bottom half of the 7th. Justin Turner hit another home run in the bottom half of the 8th, in addition to a David Freese home run. And Los Dodgers, well, they win. That's the Sport Report for Wednesday, September 4th, 2019.
For now, I'm Chandler.
Thanks for tuning into the Sport Report today. We'll be back tomorrow with the latest in sports. In the words of Jack Buck, who is one of the best broadcasters of his generation,
And we'll see you tomorrow night.
so let it be written, so let it be done. See you next time on The Sport Report.
Do you want to contact Chandler with sports, have thoughts on sports, or questions about advertising on the Sport Report? Find us on Twitter or Instagram at SportReportCWS for either social media site.
This podcast is copyrighted by The Sport Report for viewers to understand sports from a news reporting basis. Any other use of this podcast, Sport Report logos, or anything associated with this podcast without the express written consent of Chandler with Sports is strictly prohibited.